Oh my God, I can't believe it's been 2 years since I've had Megan Cornwall, the heart of Iris and Marnie, on my show. She was episode number 4, so it was time to have her back. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Tracy.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is my go-to person when it comes to jewelry. I don't know if you guys can see it if you're watching on camera, but I will take pictures of it, of all of my jewelry, including my bracelet, my rings, and my new earrings that are custom designed. Thank you, Megan.
My pleasure.
Now, just for the people that haven't heard the first episode, how long have you been making jewelry?
Well, I've been making jewelry, clay jewelry specifically, for just over 4 years now, almost 5. But I started making jewelry back in 2012 when I started working for Nancy at the Nancy Johns Gallery. And it was actually her and Diane that inspired me to start making it.
Yeah, because you were doing artwork.
I was, yeah. It was mostly artwork. And I had a love of fashion, and it was the two of them that said, you know what, why not try jewelry? We need some, more jewelry artists in the gallery, so why not go for it? So that's how it started.
What made you try polymer?
That's a good question. I actually saw a really cool set of earrings on, I think it was Pinterest. And I was just kind of doing that, scroll through, and I saw them and I thought, oh my gosh, those are so cool.
I know.
What are those? And so I started doing a little bit of, research and YouTubing and going through the internet, and then I found out that it was polymer clay, and then I started to watch tutorials and things like that, fell in love with it, and the rest is history.
And you not only work with polymer clay, you put like the veins in it with the paint, and it honestly, I'm trying to find one of mine. I know you're not going to be able to see this.
Yeah,
I will take a picture, but I mean different colors that are melded together, and then we have metal work. Now, did you buy this metal work, or is this one you tried?
So those ones are inset, but then I have other pieces like these here where the brass has been stamped out, annealed, hammered, and polished. So there's been a progression actually where the metal work has kind of really started to come into play. And so it's kind of a combination of the two.
Well, let's put it this way. These are some from Meg a few years ago. I mean, one of the first pieces that I got, same thing.
Oh, I love them.
With these ones, and these have the veining in them.
Yep. Yeah.
And then we go to this. Now, what is this paper? Or?
Yeah, these are really fun. So these are some of the newer ones that I've been doing, and it's a transfer paper, it's a design on like a water transfer paper, essentially, where you put it onto the clay while it's still unbaked.
So there's still clay in there?
Yeah, so it's on top of the clay, and then you run it under water. The backing comes off, and then you're left with the transfer. You bake the clay, and then you do what you would with it, whether it be, make it into certain shapes, resin it, fit it into the brass like I did there.
And the one thing I did forget was my little pot, because Meg does tutorials now and does little workshops, and I have a ring dish that has strawberries and it's upstairs.
No worries.
That was so much fun.
I appreciate it, and I was so happy that you were there, Tracy. That was something that I've started doing, the workshops. That's been a lot of fun, and I think what I like is kind of coming up with different things to teach people, and that's been really an interesting journey, I should say.
How many tutorials or classes have you done so far?
I've done, I'd say at least about a dozen so far. So that's something I just started to introduce late last year, and then kind of more so into this year. And I do them generally on my shoulder seasons, so like anywhere from January to March, and then, September, October, November kind of time for me.
During the off season from the markets.
From markets, yeah. It's harder for me to kind of get to workshops when I'm full swing in market season. But
now, I know you do jewelry. We have the rings, we have the bracelets. That is a collab with Sage.
Yeah.
And then we have the earrings, the necklaces. Do you sell those ring holders?
Not yet, but they are something that I'm going to be introducing to the collection.
And then I know you also, I think, did a class on with the suncatchers.
Yes, that was one of my very first ones actually, and it was so much fun. I think what I love is showing people what they're capable of and letting them experience something that maybe they didn't think they could do or that they've never experienced before. I find that really interesting. And also helping people with their fine motor skills, because we don't use our hands enough to manipulate things, especially small things. So it's really good for us. It's good for our brains, good for our hearts, it's good for our hands.
I never would have thought I could have done something like that. Even the strawberries, they were so good. And then we brought home, we kind of scooped all of the extra polymer clay for our friend Jill. And she brought it home for her daughter Violet, which Jill, can you please send us a picture? Because her daughter did it. So I think it's time for some children's classes.
Oh,
that'd be perfect for a Christmas present for their family.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
I've had a couple requests for it, and I think that it's something that, you know what, until you start doing them, you don't know what people want or what there might be needs for. And I think there really is a need for workshops geared towards kids, and then maybe kids and guardians or kids and parents as well too, something they can do together.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
How many markets do you think you do in a year?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know you've tuned it down a little this year. Have a break.
I would say anywhere between like 25 to 30 markets in a season.
Okay, so then this year, is it less?
We're probably at like, I would say about 22, 23 markets booked so far.
And that's not just in the Windsor, Essex County area.
No, I've been really fortunate. So I've done markets, in London and Toronto, the Muskokas,
Erio,
that's right. One of my favorite ones. It's such a great show.
I went last year and I just followed her. I had nothing else to do for the day, so there was a few friends of mine that were in there, and oh my God, I had so much fun. I wanted to stay there all day. It was so hot though.
It was. That's the one thing about the market season, is that you just never know what kind of weather you're going to get. So it is a gamble, but you kind of hit upon these shows that have your heart, and whether it be just the way it's set up or the way it's organized or the setting itself, it's just, I don't know.
Well, that area, what is that one called?
Art on the Boulevard.
Art on the Boulevard, and it's just surrounded by water and some little cottages and a few little tiny stores, and it's just, I love it. It was a really nice setting.
It's such a vibe, and I always tell other makers about it. I'm like, you want to consider Aereo, because it's so easy. You show up. I mean, you have to get up ridiculously early coming from Windsor, but you know what? It's one day. You set up. You get to park your car behind your tent.
I know.
Like, that never happens. My husband was so happy. He had his little lawn chair behind the tent.
It's just too bad you guys couldn't get the fish and chips.
This year, I promised him, like, we are going to the fish fry.
Yes.
I said, I promise you, we'll be first in line for the fish fry this year.
The one place you weren't allowed to do takeout, you had to eat in.
Yeah, I know. That was such a bummer. We're actually heading back up there tomorrow. So I promised Chris fish. So, yeah.
So do you go just for fun as well?
We do. Last summer we did. And then tomorrow we're actually heading up. I have a new wholesaler up there. And it's going to be Bayside Brewing Company.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to be heading up there and delivering an order to them. So I said, if you want to hang out and come with me, I'll buy you fish and chips. So
I'm coming too. I like fish and chips. I know the Bediva. Oh gosh, what's her name?
Heidi.
Yes. She goes there all the time with her son. He loves fishing.
Awesome.
If you can get to Erio, they have a fabulous places to stay. I'm not sure if it's a hotel or a motel, but the kid fishes off the dock, and he caught some big fish this year.
He did.
And
he did such a good job.
They're there all the time, and it's pet friendly as well. So
it's a nice little area. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
just they love it.
And then the beach on the other side of the boulevard.
Oh my gosh.
It's a perfect little spot.
It is. It's such a great community. So it's kind of this little hidden gem that I think more people need to know about.
I know, and I'd never heard of it until I think John and I went to Port Stanley, and I got a shirt that said Erio, and that is when I found out. And they have the they have the store there too.
Oh my goodness.
I had no idea about it until they told me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, super cute.
I used to go to Rondo all the time. Had no idea this was on the other, just down the street.
Same.
So how many stores do you have your jewelry in?
Good question. I'm in 3 stores in Windsor, and then I'm also doing a collaboration with Sage Wellness at the Devonshire Mall. So they have a specialized line of diffuser jewelry of mine.
Each little piece on the side of the polymer clay, it is a diffuser, which is nice instead of the black.
I wanted to make it a little different.
Yeah, and then this goes to whatever side you want, and
makes it easy to put on, easy to take off kind of thing. And yeah, now I'm in Bayside Brewing in Erio as well. And then I sell online also.
So there's 3 in Windsor. Is that including the one in Essex?
Yeah, so it's HV & Co., the Urban Art Market, Nancy John's Gallery, Sage, and Bayside.
Nice.
Yeah, so slowly but surely, we're just kind of starting to make our way up the 401.
Yeah. And if you notice her one necklace, the pounded one, the gold one, is really nice.
Thank you.
Now, what material is that?
This is actually brass.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been working with brass for the last year, and that's been kind of incorporated into the collection. The thing that I absolutely love about brass is that it's an incredibly durable material. It's cost effective, so I can do something like this and then not have to charge an arm and a leg to my clients. But it's a natural metal, so if it dulls, you just take a polishing cloth, polish it up, it goes right back to its luster. So that's something new that I've added in.
Yeah, and then we have the rings that I have these, and well, this was a practice before you started rings, and I wanted you had a butterfly for something. I'm like, I want a butterfly ring, and it's just, I was surprised I had it, and then she just made me these. I mean, I'm just, oh my God, anybody that knows me knows Friends, that's it for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Now, are the moms coming out with you for Art in the Park?
They are. Actually, it's funny because we just had that conversation. So my mom was helping me. She comes over, and my mom-in-law comes over, and they are amazing. I'm really fortunate. They help me package and price because it is a huge undertaking. And let me tell you, I don't know what I would do without them. So we were just talking about it this afternoon. My mom was saying, okay, I'll do the morning shift on Saturday, and then my mother-in-law is going to come Saturday afternoon and be there Sunday as well. So, I'm really fortunate to have them there to help out, but also to have that time with them. Mm-hmm. And people have gotten to know them as well, and I think they love that too, because they're having, makers and other clients go, Mom, it's good to see you. And I think for them, it fills their cup.
Yeah, because your mom was sitting with me at that workshop.
Yep.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
And you look a lot like her.
Oh my gosh, so much though.
Yeah. You give yourself a little white hair and you're
Oh, it's getting there. Sparkles are coming.
Samey. Unfortunately, I don't have the sparkles. Mine just salt and pepper. So you've started a new line of studs.
I have. So actually the pieces I have in right now are brand new. They're going to be launched at Art in the Park, as is my necklace. But the studs in particular, what I've started doing is mixing the clay with semi-precious stones and crystals.
Wow.
So these actually have lapis lazuli embedded into the clay, and then they're fitted into the brass and then resined in place.
In the pictures that I saw, was there a clear crystal?
There is. So moonstone's the other one that I started using. But I have a whole line of new pieces that are coming out in that same vein. So I have rings and necklaces that have basically these amethyst stones or moonstone, citrine, rose quartz, all embedded into the clay. Yeah.
You're just always doing different things.
The creative brain, that's one of my things. It can't stop. But also I'm really fortunate to have people around me, creative people around me, such as yourself, that are always giving me ideas. And so I always, I hear it and process it. And if it's something that I think will kind of work, or if I want to try it, I'll try it. And I'm really fortunate because actually my retailer, Ash, from HV & Co., she was the one that gave me the idea about embedding the crystals into the clay.
Nice. Yeah, because she has a lot of crystals there.
She does. And she said, they're really popular, but, there's so many things that you could do. Have you ever thought about embedding them into the polymer clay. And I thought, well, no, I haven't. But now that you mention it, it would be really cool.
It would.
So, yeah.
You have the brass stamped necklace, and the other one, it's the beads.
Yep.
And are you going to be selling fun little pieces like that too?
I am, yeah. So this fun piece, I have actually a selection of them. So I've got little watermelon pieces. I've got the lobster with the lemon, and then I've got another piece as well too. And I've introduced them to the collection as kind of stacking pieces. So the idea is like it could be worn on its own, or you can layer it with like the brass to kind of elevate it a bit.
Yeah.
Or if you had, say, a longer chain too, you could use that as well.
Well, that's like this one I got from you when you were at the
Lavender Festival.
The Lavender Festival, and for the last couple podcasts, John's going to kill me, but I wear it, and it's got a little piece of lavender in it, and I wear it with my gram.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, I wear them all the time. This one, I love
together.
it because of the longer.
Yeah, that one, and it's funny because every once in a while I'll see pieces that I created maybe like 6 months ago or a year ago, and it kind of reminds me like, oh, that design. I love that design,
And I like
to recreate it again.
This chain as well. It's just a nice,
chain.
Simple, sturdy chain.
It's key, right? I to have like, and a lot of my chains I use stainless steel because that I find it holds up. It's a great price point, but again, like you don't have to worry about things tarnishing it, whether it be like water or sunscreen or perfume or anything like that. So.
I always hate that. I always take off all my jewelry when I'm doing the sunscreen or whatever. Because it's
a process.
It is. It's just a pain in the butt. So other than Art in the Park, what will be your next one after that?
So after Art in the Park, I'm actually going to be at the Walkerville night market.
Oh, night market.
So I'm so excited. This is my first one. I've never done a night market with the Walkerville Brewery.
Have you done the LaSalle night markets?
I have, yeah. I used to do them. Gosh, that was a couple of years ago. Those were awesome as well too.
Yeah.
They're a different feel, different vibe, and so I like to kind of change up the schedule and I kind of change up where I'm going to be and the times I'm going to be.
Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about it.
But yeah, no, the night market's going to be the brewery night market is going to be the next one after Art in the Park.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, is Urban Art Market going to be there as well?
I believe so. Yeah. So I believe Urban Art Market's going to be there. I'm not sure the full lineup, but it's the first one of the season. So
it's always so much fun.
I'm so excited.
I love the Walkerville night markets.
Yeah, me too. I've always loved attending them. So, I mean,
one day you'll be able to attend.
Right. I know.
Without working on it. So is there anything else new that we can expect?
There's a couple new products that are, a couple new pieces that I'm going to be launching at Art in the Park, a couple new kind of product styles, one being hair clips. So that is going to be kind of the newest product addition. So I'm really excited about them. I think they're going to be kind of a nice little, nice price point, but a nice like kind of accessory to add.
That will be nice because with the fun jewelry and that, kids can now have some fancy stuff too.
Definitely. It's for every age, That's
what
I love.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, Tracy.
She also made me cheesecake earrings. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I can't thank you enough, Tracy, truly. Like, you've been such a huge supporter, and it means the world. So
it's wonderful jewelry. I mean, come on. Where can you get an earring that hangs this low for under $100?
Yep.
Under $50.
Yep.
Like,
it's always been the important aspect of this business, and I know Iris and I know Marnie would have appreciated that because Marnie, oh gosh, she used to always say,
that's Grandma.
Yes, Grandma. She always used to say, darling, it's not about cost, it's about the effect.
That's right.
And so I thought, okay, that is going to be my mantra of this business leading into it. It's about the effect, not the cost, but I want to make it accessible. So.
And it is, and as you can tell. I love every piece you make, and it's usually really tough when I see her booth and I can't figure out which one I'm going to get this.
Oh gosh, I mean, that's kind of where my artist brain goes too half the time, where it's just like all these different designs, and the hardest thing for me is just reining myself in, going, okay, no, you need to focus on X, Y, Z. So
no, just keep going.
Never.
I love it. So thank you again.
Thanks, Tracy. I so appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And again, my name is Tracy Martins. I want to thank you so much for joining me for another episode of YQG in Bloom and a revisit with Meg from Iris and Marnie. And see you soon.